Hey Comets, welcome to another week of learning. Thanks for checking out these videos, and as always, hope you're doing well and taking good care of your family. This video is going to start in on week 5 in the math packet. Now I realize that some of you may not have this packet in your hands yet, even if you opted in for those, they may not have been sent out yet. That is okay. Obviously, when you're watching this, maybe you'll have your packet in front of you then. If you don't have the packet yet and you want to go ahead and start working on it, remember there's a website on the CMA website you can get to through the CMA website that allows you to download it to your computer. All right, it's a PDF. And that's honestly what I'm using here. So there are options if you would like to be working through this in real time along with my videos, or you're welcome to come back to this video once you get your packet. Main thing is you're doing math, and good job for that. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the packet here. I'm on this section where we start getting into expressions, which excites me. I love working with expressions and equations. This is where we do order of operations, PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. All right, remember the rules for order of operations. That's what PEMDAS refers to. You want to evaluate expressions inside parentheses or grouping symbols. You want to evaluate exponents. So that's the please and that's the excuse. And then M, multiply and divide from the left to right. Okay, don't always multiply before divide. You have to look at what's furthest from the left to the right. It's like you're reading across the page. And then add or subtract from left to right. Okay, so as they did here, they looked at these parentheses first and they said, okay, inside parentheses I've got work to do. I've got subtraction, I've got addition. I'm going to go left to right. So 10 minus 6 will give me a 4. And then they brought everything down. All right? There's a lot of rewriting involved in simplifying expressions. Okay? It's kind of like taking a rough draft and revising it over and over and over and over again. Okay? Then we do 4 plus 1 is 5. And then I bring down that exponent to here. And then we do 60 minus 5 squared times 2. Well, we're on a roll, but we need to remember that the exponent needs to happen next. Since we've got all the parentheses taken care of, now we have that exponent. 5 to the second means 5 times 5, not 5 times 2. Okay, just like this. Remember exponents, 4 to the third means 4 times 4 times 4, not 4 times 3. The bottom, the 4 here, the base, tells you what number gets repeated, and the exponent tells you how many times you're repeating that number as a factor. All right, so 60 minus 25 times 2, I need to do multiplication first, so 25 times 2, which would be 50. 60 minus 50 then is 10, and that's our answer. Okay? All right, let's look at a few together. All right, let's look at A. Okay, A is 3 plus 10 divided by 2. Okay, so let's take a closer look here. I've got addition and I've got division. If you remember PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I've got no parentheses, I've got no exponents, but I do have multiplication or division right here. So I'm going to divide first. 10 divided by 2 is going to be a 5. And then I'm going to bring everything else down. 3 plus 5. And then one last step, 3 plus 5 would be 8. That's my answer. Okay? All right, let's look at another one. Hey, let's do D. All right? That looks kind of tricky, just in case. Now, if you haven't done D yet, you might want to try it out. Hit the pause button, try it out, and then see if you're right. Okay? Or maybe you'll be right and I'll be wrong. Who knows? All right? 45 divided by 4 squared minus 7. And that's all in another set of parentheses. So just like quotes, you can have quotes within quotes, right? Parentheses within parentheses. Okay? I think I got a copy down right. Okay, let's look at that a little closer here. I've got parentheses. Boy, do I ever. Okay, I've got parentheses here, and then inside parentheses, I've got parentheses. Okay, and so inside the parentheses, I need to decide, what do I do first? So kind of put your blinders on and look at it oops, can't see. Look at it just like this. 4 squared minus 7. What would I do first? If I just saw off to the side 4 squared minus 7, that was my problem. What would I do with that? Okay, well, I would do the 4 squared first. 4 squared, and if you remember, a thought bubble inside of a thought bubble, why not, right? 4 times 4, which is 16. So I'm going to write 16 down here. Okay, but don't forget we haven't done that minus 7 yet. And I'm bringing everything down. Yes, I know, it's a lot of writing. But trust me, if you practice writing it down each time, you're going to have fewer mistakes than if you try to do a lot in your head. All right? Just saying. So, I've got 16 minus 7, which is 9, plus 2 to the third. 45 divided by 9 looks like what I need to do next, right? Okay, 45 divided by 9 is 5 plus 2 to the third. And then I need to do this exponent. Oops, can't quite see what I'm doing there. Okay, I need to do 2 to the third, which remember is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 again is 8. So basically we're ended up with 5 plus 8, and 5 plus 8 is 13. Okay? Hopefully I got that right. Okay? All right. Next, lets you work on the rest of those. Basically the same idea here. Okay? Now, when we evaluate, first we are given an algebraic expression. Okay? Then we need to find its value given a value for that variable. Okay, because if it has a variable, it's an algebraic expression. So it says means to determine the value of an expression for a given value of each variable. When you evaluate an algebraic expression, you substitute the given values for the variables and then determine the value of the expression. So substitute negative 3 in for x 4 times negative 3 minus 6. Now, this is interesting because we haven't done negatives yet. Okay? Let's do this. Let's practice the ones that are positive, and then maybe if I have time, I'll talk to you about how to do the negatives. Okay, so you have my permission right now to cross out these that have the negative sign in front of them, just because we haven't talked about that yet. All right, so don't panic. All right, so I'm going to skip this example real quick. Let's look at number 1. Number 1 says, to evaluate 6x minus 3 for negative 4, which we won't worry about right now, and negative 1, which we won't worry about right now, and 2. Okay? So we're just going to do this last one. Guess what? This problem just became a lot shorter. That's okay. So what do I want to do? I want to put this 2 in for x. So I'm going to do 6 times 2 minus 3. Okay? Now what does this mean? When I have 6 next to the 2 in parentheses, well, it means multiply. So I'm going to do 6 times 2, which is 12, and then I'm going to take away 3, and I get the answer of 9. Okay? Not too bad, especially when you only had to do 1 instead of all 3. Let's take a look at one where we are going to do more than 1, because this is kind of a weird thing in algebra. You think, well, wait, how can x be more than one thing? Well, it can be one thing at a time. All right, let's look at number 2. Number 2, 18 minus 4x for x, we're not going to worry about the negative 2, 0, comma 4. All right, closer look. What I need to do is plug in 0 for x. Okay, there's going to be 2 problems here, 2 answers. First, we're going to use when x equals 0. So let's do 18 minus 4. Remember, we're multiplying 4 times 0, not 40. Okay, it's not a 40. We do 4 times 0. Well, what is 4 times 0? It's 0. So it's basically 18 minus 0, or 18. So that's one of our answers. So when x is 0, our problem is 18. Okay? But what about when x equals 4? Okay, so 18 minus 4 times 4 is what I need to figure out. So 4 times 4 is 16. 18 minus 16 is 2. Now look at that. When I change the value of x, my answer is going to change as well. Okay? So when x is 0, my answer is 18. When x is 4, my answer is 2. Okay? So on those that you can solve for more than one value of x, okay, so for example, when x is 3 and x is 5, x is 0 and x is 7, on those I'm going to have more than one answer. Okay? Try out the negatives. See what you come up with. Okay, we haven't talked about that yet. That's more of a 7th grade standard, but it won't hurt trying. Okay? Well, thank you guys for watching. I'll post another video tomorrow for the next page. And take care. Bye.